From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Miami.
Johnson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. Right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Gain on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Dolphins.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard line.
Now Tua. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
Gain on the play.
That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. On play action, here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Edwards-Helaire. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Mike, 55, check 55, Mike. Rip left. Hey, seam 6.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Mike 54. Recon, 152 fighter. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right?
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30.
The greatest show on earth, baby.
All the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, 84 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Minshew, 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They're going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Hey, Alpha. 54, right there.
Looking to throw it. Minshew taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now this throw caught left side and inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Dolphins.
the ground. This is Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. His first carry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now Sam Sloman is on. This from 25 yards out.
25 yards in.
And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
The ball carrier.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Minshew. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Antonio Callaway with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Dolphins 24, Chiefs 7. Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's airing it out for Williams. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Minshew sets to throw. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Taking a deep shot here for Hart. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
3rd down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, it's Tua going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
11-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
To kick off.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Bates. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Operating from the gun, Bates. Forced out to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Bates. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Bates. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up
play action. Now it's Tua.
At the 45.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Preston Williams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
For the extra point.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
A gain of 9.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And some room to maneuver. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 9-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Here's Tua. He's airing it out for Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Johnson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, all the way down at the 21-yard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head, because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the 3rd quarter here.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold, because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Watch out for Hill on the return. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Bates. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there. 1st down. Operating from the gun. Bates taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw on 3rd down. Bates. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw on 2nd down. Bates. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. That one goes for 8 yards. Here's Edwards-Helaire. He'll have a first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Looking to throw. Bates. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Open man is Hill. He's got it. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Down and goal.
Butker's kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
3rd down.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
32-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 19 yards there on the catch and run. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Callaway. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Tua. Throw right side, complete to Williams. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
And the Dolphin first.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So this one comes down to the right foot of Sam Sloman. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So this one comes down to the right foot of Sam Sloman. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Set to kick off.
After hitting the field goal, now Sloman handling the kickoff duties. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Today's final score, Dolphins 34.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Miami, The win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.